Well, good to see you guys here this morning. Interesting thing I ran into, a few stories this morning that we're going to get into, but one of them is 15 things everybody should know about motorcycle clubs. Here's the civilian idea of what everyone should know about motorcycle clubs. Me and Lavish T. Williams, we're going to take a look at it this morning and see how close they are, how much they know about what you should know, at least the top 15 things anyway, about motorcycle clubs. We'll check that out and see what they know. We'll get right into it shortly after this brief introduction.
Black Dragon Biker News.
I hit it and it didn't go off. Shortly after this brief introduction.
Black Dragon Biker News. It's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name is Black Dragon. Started to make it hit this he repping up cool. Traded that uniform for the best from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC, we're paid his dues and the artist stripes. From prospect all the way up to national P. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters. There have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Like Michael with the cowboy hat, the nose comes to it, says King Danny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Just self-educated by his books and you're learning how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Howdy, folks out there. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Out Bad Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust, and as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be, man. We got our guy on here, Lavish T from Lavish T. Williams. Lavish T Towing. Lavish T. Williams Towing out there in Detroit. If you need something towed, you need to call Lavish T. Williams out there, and he'll get it to you. He'll get out there. I don't know how cheap it'll be, but it'll get done. Right?
It'll definitely get done. It comes with a cost, but it will get done.
Well, man, guess what? This is exciting. I never thought I'd see this in my whole freaking internet career. We are now on this YouTube platform. We just reached the magic number of 210,000 subscribers. 210,000, man. I can't believe it. Man, oh man. I don't even know what to say. 210,000 subscribers, man. We are now at somewhere like 90 million people have viewed this platform, or 45 million people have viewed it twice, or something like that, man. It is exciting. So I'd like to say thank you to all my new readers, all my new subscribers. I would just like to say thank you for making us the number one biker news station in basically in all the world.
In all the world.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
What's up, Lavish T? You walking around the mansion? I see you doing your thing in there.
Yeah, man. I'm getting ready, man. I'm entering into the lavish slayer.
Oh, I see you came on a second. Okay, now you're in the. Okay, I see. I need to remove you from here. You're double speaking and add you here. Here we go. Boom.
Yeah, there we go. Come on now. Now I'm ready. Now I'm here. I'm in the studio. Let's get it going, man. What's going on, everybody? What's going on YouTube, Facebook, and all the other streaming platforms?
So we're going to talk about the top 15 things that somebody should know. And this thing I ran into when I was looking for biker news, I thought this thing was interesting. It talked about the 15 things people should know about motorcycle clubs. I can't seem to find it all of a sudden. That's funny. I keyed everything up for oh, that's probably because it's here. Yeah, that's it. It was on Microsoft instead of Google. So here we are. 15 interesting facts about motorcycle clubs that you should know. We'll click on this, I guess. There we go. In America, the biking culture has grown significantly. So what we're going to do here is we're going to test the knowledge of you and I.
All right.
We're going to test the knowledge against what they're saying here.
All right, let's get it, man. What's going on, everybody? I see them chiming in. Hey, what's happening, man? Peace to everybody that's watching.
Shadow says, nice crib, Lavish.
I try to keep it clean.
Lavish doing big things. He's just not trying to tell us about it. In America, the biking culture has grown significantly with the open road representing freedom, adventure, and rebellion, thanks to mainstream media, which is, I'd say, has done good and bad things for us. Movies and TV shows, motorcycle clubs have captured the public's imagination, increasing their popularity. I had something to do with that with the movie Biker Boys. We helped to increase the popularity. The black motorcycle set was dying until we did the movie Biker Boys. We revived the whole world. We did. So for those curious about bikers and their clubs, here are 15 exciting facts that offer a glimpse into their unique culture and how to identify their members. So, okay, let's go to the first thing. First of all, America has a rich bike culture. Did you know that? With 8.8 million licensed motorcyclists, so that's how many motorcyclists there are of us out there. The U.S. has a rich riding culture where those who love motorcycles and enjoy the company of fellow bikers form official riding clubs or social motorcycle clubs. They may operate as a social group or focus or specific on focus on specific interests. Prominent clubs like the Harley Owners Group and the U.S. Veterans Motorcycle Club support motorcycling events. Also, others like Bikers Against Child Abuse and Women in the Wind engage in human rights activities. Did you know that?
I'm listening. I don't know if I identify them as clubs, but I'm listening.
No, but they're clubs, aren't they?
or motorcycle organizations, man. Like and I know some clubs say we're an organization, but those are different type of bikers. Those are motorcycle operators.
Well, what kind of organizations are there? Do you know, like, how many there are?
I have no idea. I mean, when you talk about like the Harley Owners Group, and those type of organizations and things, those are, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, not to ruffle anybody's feathers, I just look at those as organizations for people who have motorcycles that want to be a part of something. But don't, that's it. They just want to, go out and meet up and have coffee and donuts and stuff like that, man.
Well, there are several different kinds of groups that operate in motorcycle clubs. If you get my book, The Social Clubs Bible, I list them all. I list all of them that are out there because that's what I did. I list all the ones I can think about.
Yeah.
But we'll see what this does. All right, let's go back. Let's see here. All right. We're on slide 3. The strong club culture fosters camaraderie and brotherhood. Motorcycle clubs, whether outlaw or not, boost the bike culture in the nation. They uphold values such as loyalty and respect, bringing camaraderie, brotherhood, and a sense of belonging among riders. The family dynamic also ensures members protect one another beyond riding. They share stories, support members, develop lasting friendships, and build diverse social networks across professional and social aspects. What do you think about that? The brotherhood. Do motorcycle clubs really foster brotherhood? Is that what you've seen? Has that been your experience?
My experience fostering brotherhood, man. Listen, man. No. It looks from the outside, and I'm gonna say this being a biker, man. From the outside, when you look at other clubs, and you say, man, look at how they fellowship. They got a real brotherhood. But that's the outside view, right? And those same people that I'm looking at and I'm saying they got a great brotherhood, man. And their bond is so tight. When you go talk to them, they're like, man, it ain't gravy over here. It just looks like that. So for me, it's scumbags in every organization, man. And you guys people that's wearing the same rags, cuts as you, and they're like pieces of shit, man. I wouldn't dare invite to my house.
Ouch. I would have argued that with you 14 days ago. I'd have been like, Lavish, you don't know what the F you talking about. Young man, you don't know about motorcycle clubs, man. You need to come join one and understand what.
No, I think what it is.
You got 18 years, man. That's a long time. You got 18 years. Yeah.
I think people what it do, man. People as you should. People kind of water down the ups and downs of the club. No, am I going to talk about my club? Am I going to speak down on my club? Absolutely not. But do motorcycle clubs have issues and problems and things going on in them? They all do. And everybody that's in a motorcycle club and in your club, you're not going to be compatible with. It sounds great to say, hey, we're a group of members and everyone gets along. That's not the case, especially when you start growing into like bigger clubs. You can start off small with under 20 members, but as you grow into an organization and you have over 300 members, it's gonna be just like anything else, man. You're gonna have the people that you rock with and y'all have a strong connection, and that's great. You're gonna have others that you just respect because y'all wear the same colors. You're gonna have some that y'all just not there for whatever odd reason. I mean, I think it's not always brotherhood and everything, man. I think at best, man, it's just a certain level of respect that we all carry amongst each other. Because I know that there's people in every club that just can't stand at least one or two people that's in a club.
Yeah, like I said, I would have argued that. I feel almost like I put 35 years into something and I wasted my effing time. But it's good for some people. Joseph says brotherhood is dead, all about popularity and financial gain. Black says shit always looks good from the outside, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. But everyone has a role in this life. Discernment is key. Yeah,
and that's it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world either because I'm so used to it, man. I'm adapted to it. You learn how to navigate. Through it to make it to be what you want it to be, so you can enjoy the best time that you have out here on the set. But do I trust everybody that's in my club? No, I don't. It's nothing bad. Everybody come from different backgrounds. Black Dragon, look at you. You just said you would have begged different up until a few days ago, a couple weeks ago. So let me ask you this. Can you honestly tell me that in all of the years that you've been repping and rocking with the Black Sabbath that you have liked every member in your club?
I loved them all, but I damn sure didn't like all them mofos. I did not like them all. That's the truth.
And you got clubs, and in the club, man, you got,
They
you
didn't
have
all
your,
like me.
you got in the clubs, you got, you have your ups and downs. You got your, your moments where you can't stand the person. But one thing that what we all can probably agree on is that no matter what, good or bad, when it comes down to rocking and riding for, your club member, that person that's in your club, you're gonna do it as a whole. You're not gonna watch even the slimiest of the slimiest guy that you can't stand. You're gonna make sure that you got his back, man. You're gonna cover him. You're gonna make sure that he's good because he's representing the same colors that you wearing, the same, the rag. So if one go down, we all going down. And I don't think none of us really want to go down. So hey, we all gonna make sure that we take somebody else down.
So yeah, I would have to absolutely say I didn't like everybody. And when you're the leader of the club, a whole lot of folks ain't gonna like you. A
Exactly.
whole lot of folks.
They're not gonna like you, man, for whatever reason, man. And what when you in leadership, man, what happens is that they try to put the leaders against each other.
Oh,
You get the president's crew and the vice president's crew, and they try to turn each other on each other. But most times, man, if you smart about it, man, the vice president and the president, man, they'll have a working relationship where none of that
sometimes.
stuff. Sometimes, yes, some of that stuff don't affect or get in the way. Where you pretty much y'all both can laugh at the mockery and the fuckery, the foolishness that's going on with the clubs because we see right through it. And if you don't have that, that kind of helps kill the brothership.
Oh, absolutely. And so we move on, and they say motorcycle clubs also foster sisterhood. Unlike the common misconception that women aren't made for the open road, the U.S. has several women's motorcycle clubs. After the Motor Maid started in 1940, other groups like the Femme Fatales and Leather and Lace and the Carmel Curves popped up. Outlaw motorcycle clubs often exclude women, but clubs like the Messengers allow women to be full members and even officers. So, yeah, I guess but I've seen motorcycle. So the women's motorcycle clubs I've seen are just as bad as the men's when it comes to sisterhood. They be having some raggediness going on too. The whole family thing is the family thing. It's interesting. This article was written in Europe somewhere. So to have them mention the Carmel Curves, and talk about black clubs, I think that's really interesting. This writer did some homework. So here's a picture of a female motorcycle club, and the women are standing there with their, that's Leather and Lace, Sisterhood. And they got their little MC thing over here. So this is beautiful to see those women doing their thing. Wow.
Yeah, I like to see one. I like to see women. I like to see women ride, man. I like to see them when they unite with each other. But women, they have just as much problems than dudes, if not more, because women always trying to outdo each other. From
Oh yeah,
us,
they
you
can.
know,
Whew.
and the larger the women club grows, the more problems. I love it when I see a group of women in the club and they're really displaying sisterhood. Now what goes on behind closed doors, I don't know, but it's been oftentimes where I see these female clubs, man, they start off as one, and then you have out of that one club, they'll divide and make two other clubs. So a total of three different clubs being created from the women's club that started off as one. It seems like everybody, a lot of times, I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of times, these women are like in secret competition with each other. And I guess it's probably like that with men as well. But men, we can kind of get along with people we don't like. Women, they definitely wear it with their chest. I don't mess with that beat. If I get hurt. But as a whole, me personally, man, I love it when I see those women you know showing sisterhood and
Yeah.
being together and riding as one. I really love to see that, man.
There are different types of motorcycle clubs. Besides the traditional motorcycle club, MC, with solid traditions and rigorous membership processes, several other groups have evolved. Riding clubs are less formal, with motorcycle clubs bridging MC and RC styles. Likewise, brand based owners clubs have minimal formalities without regular meetings, while moto groups are casual, preferring streetwear to vests or cuts. So let's think. What kind of clubs are there? So there are motorcycle organizations, motorcycle rights organizations. There are Christian clubs, religious clubs. There are riding clubs, and riding clubs are thought to not be as formal. Although I've seen some riding clubs that are so operated like MCs that why are y'all even called an RC? Because y'all ain't what I would call an RC. Y'all are an MC and RC clothing. There's motorcycle clubs, there's outlaw clubs, there's 1% clubs, there's racing motorcycle clubs, there's diamond clubs. There are I said motorcycle ministries. There's clubs like Baca and clubs like that deal with some sort of human right, like bikers against children predators or bikers against female predators or rapists or whatever the case may be. Man, there are, and then there's motorcycle rights organizations that look after and like, for instance, abate and things like that. Then there are motorcycle coalitions like the COC. There was the Chain down in Houston. All these different coalitions all across the country that bring bikers together and set up rules of the road and stuff like that. Places you have to go get blessings at, all kinds of stuff like that. There are preachers who have biker groups dedicated to saving the souls of bikers. And there's a lot out there. What did I miss? What did I leave out?
Them law enforcement bikers.
Oh, and then there's the law enforcement and first response organizations and veterans groups, veterans biker groups, and Masons biker groups.
Yeah, you got the fire. You got the firemen groups,
first responders biker groups. Yeah. So different types of clubs out there. There's something for everyone. There's the race groups, and then there's the swarms that don't have names. You know, the ones that do the flash dance or whatever on the highway. They stop all the cars on the highway and everybody meets and just pulls over on the highway and stops everybody from going anywhere. Those guys.
The bike life guys.
The bike life guys.
I love it. I love it.
I hate those bastards.
I love it, man. I get excited, man. I mean, I'm worried and like, man, I hope nothing bad happened to them, man. Because you know sometimes they ride a little reckless, man. But to see them guys pop up, you talking about the guys that's in them on them 4-wheelers and dirt bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know a lot of people hate them, but I like
I
to see
hate those guys, man.
I like to see them take over a whole fucking block or a whole freeway, man. And then I like to see the videos, man, when they taunting the police and they riding slow, man. Hey, I like it. I like what they doing out there. Shoot,
oh man, I'm so
if I was a little younger, man,
right now. I'm so disappointed.
I would be out there with the 4-wheelers and the dirt bikes doing wheelies too, man. Hey,
you were one of those. You were one of those kids, man.
When I was a lot younger, absolutely, but they wasn't doing stuff like that, you know, in the late 90s, early 2000s. But if that era was back then, yeah, I would have definitely been a part of that, man.
You know, about that last slide, they say it was interesting because Black says she's a property of, and they were saying in that last slide that women are not part of outlaw clubs. That's really not true. Women are very much a part of outlaw motorcycle clubs. And all of the big say that again. I'm sorry, I talked over you.
As a property.
Yeah, but that's a part. You're still a part.
Yeah, and I know that Black and I'm sure because she said that she ride. I'm sure that, and she can attest to this. Be if seeing that she rides and she's a property, I'm sure that she has felt the nun sisterhood only because she's a property and she rides a motorcycle, man. And
Oh yeah.
she doesn't have to do anything. She can be the best person in the world. She can walk around, she can speak, she can talk to people, she can be the best freaking club, sister club property ever. And because she rides a motorcycle and she's probably in her own lane, she got a lot of hate coming from
The
other
non-riders, yeah. The
non-rider,
non
you know,
yeah.
and
The non-rider
that's
sisters. Yeah.
just the way that the shit goes, man.
Unless she's got several rider sisters with her in the club. She might be very much alone. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Oh wow, look at this. I like this one. They say here clubs are clubs are different from gangs. Not every group of motorcycle riders constitutes a club. Gangs are typically smaller, less structured, and may engage in illegal activities. Clubs, however, are social groups focused on riding together and supporting charitable causes. These clubs are law abiding and family oriented, distinct from outlaw motorcycle gangs. The latter embraced the 1% label after a troubling incident at Hollister. Oh, okay, that's typical. First of all, there is a lot to unpack in that. So that was, that's typically what most people think about outlaw motorcycle clubs, and they think about the culture. So that came specifically from the outside. I get it. Hardwire Warm Citizen says, I was talking with Mike and I saw they have MG instead of MC. That seems okay. You guys are talking to each other. Sorry about that. So yeah, most clubs would never refer to themselves as gangs. A lot of times,
get highly offended.
A lot of times, it is. It is. There's only a few clubs out there that I know who are called the such and such motorcycle gang. Most clubs, they just turn on that, and they are very offended because I don't know of many clubs, if any, that I would know of that are outlaw organizations. Now, that's not to say that they don't have some folks that are breaking the laws in them. You got folks breaking laws in your neighborhood. That doesn't make your whole neighborhood a gang. But the term gang has come from law enforcement, and it's a really interesting term. There's a really interesting definition to it, and this is how they can apply it to motorcycle clubs, even though motorcycle clubs are not particularly a organized thing of criminals. So typically, you need a few things to be called a gang. You need like 3 people. They need to be wearing the same clothes. They need to be moving in concert. There's a few things that you use to identify a gang, and motorcycle clubs can sometimes will almost always fall into that. Almost every motorcycle club could be called a gang. But this is really something that's put on them by law enforcement to identify this is a motorcycle gang, and so now we can put them on our radar and prosecute them in that way. So if you meet those criteria, but most of these groups would call themselves motorcycle clubs, and that's that. So, but clubs are different from gangs, and we all think of ourselves as motorcycle clubs. We don't really particularly think of ourselves as gang members, although that's what law enforcement has termed us. Many of us, almost all of us from back in the day.
the
I was just
motorcycle gang, and that's
that,
where you get that. You know, not the motorcycle club, but the motorcycle gang. Your biker gang. You and your bike gang. That's they put
how many
gang
people
on
have
there.
asked you that out there in the world have asked you about your motorcycle gang? You know,
You get those.
your pastor and your family.
Well, you get those from people that's just ignorant to motorcycles, and they go off of what they see on television. I have people that are pastors and reverends that are in outlaw clubs.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't really say that you're a bad person. I mean, that's just a club and the people that you choose to rock and roll with.
Next slide is interesting. There are outlaw motorcycle clubs. Outlaw motorcycle clubs, OMCs, have a storied past. Clubs like the Hells Angels, dating back to World War II veterans and others emerging later, stand out from mainstream clubs with their one percenter patches. The largest OMCs in the U.S. include the Hells Angels, Mongols, Banditos, Outlaws, and Sons of Silence, according to the Department of Justice. Some OMCs are linked to organized crime, contrasting with more democratic motorcycle clubs. So, yeah, that one's fair enough. That I don't think that's anything different than anyone knows. So I won't attack them on that one. You can identify members in several ways. Although differentiating club members is sometimes tricky, you can watch for giveaway signs. MCs display logos or symbols on their attire, bikes, or clubhouses. For specific details, they usually attach a prominent club logo to the back of their vests with the club's name on a banner or top rocker above it, then the members' details on the front. That's interesting. I'd like to talk about that a little. Go ahead.
That's like the craziest statement ever. I mean, of course, you see him with a motorcycle vest on, with patches on there. So that statement, that comment, I'm just sitting there laughing at the waste of space for that.
Well, there are several ways that you can identify if somebody's in a club. Typically, they will wear their cut, but I like what they said. So typically, for the back of the vest, that is the "I love the club" portion. I say.
Now keep in mind, you got guys that wear vests. They're not in no club, and they have everything that a club member will have on their vest, minus a set of rockers, set of the bike club name. They have all the different cool Harley patches, skull patches, and whatever else they like. So that doesn't mean they're in a club. So you can't necessarily identify them as a club, but you can identify them as a biker.
Right. So a motorcycle club will have a patch. It could be 1-piece patch or 3-piece patch, 2-piece patch or 5-piece patch. Right. But it will have a patch that will have some sort of logo, a guy riding a motorcycle or some flames or something. And somewhere you'll see MC. Now you might see MC together, or M on one side, C on the other side, or MC on the bottom, or somewhere in a cube or something, you'll see an MC. That stands for motorcycle club. And the traditional ones will have a top rocker or it'll be set up in a configuration where the name of the club is rocking across the top or flat across the top. Then there'll be some logo. And then on the bottom will be the location that club is from, a city, a state, an area, something like that. The United States, world, universe, something will be on there that indicates where they're from. And but the telltale sign is MC or RC
or they could be a nomad with no home.
They can be, but they're still going to have an MC somewhere on that thing. Now, the front is what they call the personal identifying features. I call them the "I love me" patches. Typically, you'll have the name. Now, some outlaw motorcycle clubs, they don't have the name. They're all Negan. I'm Negan. But you'll have a name, and then you may see a rank, Sergeant at Arms, President, Road Captain, or whatever. I am my brother's keeper. This is the personal section, the I love me section. And people do everything for this section, especially get one of them officer patches, road captain, sergeant at arms, whatever. The I love me the I love me portion of the vest. And that's what you're seeing when you see the front of the vest. The I love me portion of the vest is what I think is the most dangerous portion of the vest, because this is the portion of the vest that actually splits motorcycle clubs up. If it was up to me, we would just have a tab on the front that said Black Sabbath, for example, and on the back just a back patch and nothing else. There'd be nothing else. No more identifying features. It'd be nothing but that.
Well, you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you this, man. I had a vest when I first started, man, and I had all types of patches. And the more I got into that shit, man, the less I put patches on the front of my vest. I did. And even still to this day, man, I mean, I do have patches on. I do have a couple on there. But I don't really like a lot of patches on my vest, man. For two reasons. Well, the reason why I don't is because I never know what might happen. And the way that you got cameras everywhere, I don't want my vest to help get me in the jam. That's why I don't. Now, I think there's some cool shit, man, that, you know, you got certain vests to kind of identify your personality and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I try to refrain from identifiable shit, man. I do, man. I do.
You got a little gangster in you, bro. You got a lot of gangster.
I'm just saying, man. That's just how I am, man. I still to this day, like I still go out in all black. I'm hardly ever on the set. I'm hardly ever in any other color. We're not a club that necessarily has to always wear all black. I personally choose to wear all black because, you know, how many other people got on all black, you know? So I just kind of move a little different than some, you know. And I mean, it's just a personal preference, man. A lot of stuff that I speak on in my movements, it just come from past experience, man. That's just really it, man. Past experiences.
I feel you. I agree with you. Going to the comments real quick. First of all, we got Wise on 2 here, man. I haven't seen him in so long. What's up, my man? Man, much love and respect, man. Wise on 2 is here. Hardwire says Black Dragon. Whoa, it disappeared. Oh, there it is. Black Dragon. I've had guys come up and say, "What's the deal with your bike gang?" I say, first off, don't say gang. That's the easiest way to piss off anyone in the club. It's a motorcycle club, a group of, and then of course it disappeared. Oh, there it is. It's a motorcycle gang, a group of, oh, he didn't finish. Oh, a group of motorcycle enthusiasts. There it is. So, yeah, man. And Outlaw Preacher says it drives me crazy when they call us a gang. I always correct them. But most of the people that I know in the civilian world will ask me, how's my biker gang? I'm just like, oh my God. They're literally the only reason why they put gang on there is to try to use it for law enforcement purposes for guilt by association. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Where if one is guilty, let's all be guilty. The word biker gang is really a law enforcement kind of tool that they use to classify you to do whatever they want to you. Clubs usually have a traditional color. Not all clubs openly advertise, but since the 1950s, many have adopted traditional colors to wear while riding. These consist of patches sewn onto a vest or cut, worn over various outfits from full leathers to casual wear. Likewise, outlaw motorcycle gangs use colors to publicly signify their affiliation and territory. Akin to urban street gangs, this visual identity can spark territorial conflicts and rivalries, illustrating the intense symbolism behind club colors. Yeah, this is really kind of worded weird. Clubs usually have a traditional color. I think they were trying to say colors as the colors you'd wear but this is kind of true in two ways. Clubs do have a color, like the red and gold, or the black and white, or the red, black and green, or there are there's color setups among clubs, and then they're talking too about the colors that they wear on their back, which are also called colors. So they're called colors, rags. What else have you heard them called?
Man, cuts,
colors, rags, all these.
Your set. I mean,
yeah,
I guess it just depends on what area you are in, because different areas of the country, I've heard different people call them different things.
I mostly hear like 1%ers call them rags. I never called my colors rags. And you know something? I never called them a cut. I never even heard the term cut before the television show Sons of Anarchy. When they were saying cut, I was first watching Sons of Anarchy, and they kept saying cut, hand me your cut. I was like, what the hell? Is he pulling out a knife to hand? Like, I was like, what the hell are they talking about? And then later I figured out, are they talking about the colors? We always call them colors. And now, since Sons of Anarchy, everybody calls them cuts. But, cut is really a term that came from the cutoff blue jean jacket that my club used to wear. I don't know if they called them cuts then or not. 50 years ago, but yeah, they are interesting pieces that we call our colors, man. But there are also colors. Every club has, well, I'd say, I don't know if every club, but clubs have also the colors. Our colors are blue, white, and red, or purple and gold, or whatever the case may be. So that's an interesting double thing there. They stand out with their dressing. Motorcycle clubs like MCs and MCCs. So if you're in Europe, a non 1%er motorcycle club is called an MCC. Often wear sport leather or denim vests with jeans and t-shirts. Only MCs and some MCCs generally display patches on the back of these vests and cuts. Riding clubs vary widely, often opting for textile or non-traditional attire, with owners clubs wearing formal suits or leathers depending on their uniforms. So basically, they're just saying that motorcycle clubs will stand out in the way they dress from other clubs and groups and everything. And here's a picture of, this is the old school look of bikers. Now, the young kids are changing this up a little bit. They got the bullet vests and all kinds of stuff. But, this is pretty much the old school look of how bikers looked. And we're dying out, man. Yeah, all those guys right there are 50s. This kid right here is probably, mid 30s, getting ready to be 40 or something. This look, I wonder what's going to be the next look for bikers in motorcycle clubs. Or have we just lost motorcycle? Like, how many young guys like you are even coming in?
Oh, man. I can't say, man, because I think the bike world is just totally fucked up right now, man. And the numbers is not as high as it used to be. I mean, shit, what the hell you need a motorcycle club for now? I think some people, they join the clubs because of certain friends that they have that they're surrounded by. Others join the club because they just probably need some type of escape. But then you have other guys that totally don't need the bike club. They no rules, no dues, and they are doing everything that the other bikers are doing, man, except for dealing with the club politics, man. That's just what I see now. When I came around, Well, when I first started, a lot of people wasn't talking about joining motorcycle clubs. So when I was in the club, a lot of people didn't even know I was in the MC because the MC had the horriblest rep of the reputations. Then they, uh, went into, everybody wanted to be in the club, and and that
Isn't that
was it.
crazy?
And
That crazy? We were outcast to begin with. Nobody
yeah,
wanted anything to do with biker club folks.
they
And
they didn't, man. I remember. Listen, I remember on the me being on the crotch rockets. I was in the MC club, man, with the old guys. And I remember I used to be at the strip and at the park, and I never wore my colors there because it was like at the time, when you seen people with the colors on in a motorcycle club, it was automatically negative statements being said all the time, just negative. You were a bad guy. Oh shit, it's about to be some trouble around here. Holy moly, all this kind of bullshit, right? So a lot of people they didn't even know that I was in a club. The
Mhm.
only people knew that I was in a club was people who didn't have shit to do late hours, and they
Right,
would end up going to the motorcycle club, and then
right.
that's when they'll run into me, and they be like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you was in a club." I never went out there with my chest out. I wasn't ever ashamed, but the crowd of people at the time, that I was around, again, like I say, man, I was in the MC club back when being a biker was like, oh, I don't know, man, you shouldn't probably even want to hang out with them, man. They be into a lot of shit. They be running drugs, shooting people, killing people. It was all of those stereotypes, man.
Yeah, I remember that. I absolutely remember that.
Yeah.
That's how it was, and they're trying to keep it that way.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I actually liked the way that the motorcycle club was back then, man.
Yeah.
Back when it was pretty much a more secret society, man. We got away with a lot more. We did a lot more. We were more private. It was a time where you couldn't have cell phones. We didn't allow cell phones in the clubs. I mean, you didn't have pictures. It was a time where you can go into the motorcycle club if you was with the wrong person you're not supposed to be with. You know what I'm talking about. You didn't have to worry about somebody sneaking a picture and sending it, to your house, fucking up your home. Uh, man,
Uh,
things like that. But the world changes, things changes. But I just like the old way better. In
oh
a
my
lot,
goodness.
in certain things. Let me say that in certain aspects, I like the old way better.
Um, you know, Black. She brought up something that was interesting. Born and raised in Cali, the whites referred to them as cuts on the outlaw side. When I was in the 99 side, I said colors. That I'm from the 99 side, so we always said colors. And she's right. It wasn't until I came to the South. Atlanta on the black side, we say rags. It wasn't until I came to the South. I think Arkansas was the first time somebody said, "Yeah, man, I got my rags." I was like, "Rags? Who the hell would call their colors rags?" So I've learned as I've traveled across the United States. I mean, this is it's so cool. All the way the all the different layers there is to this motorcycle world. Hey, clubs have regulations guiding the kind of motorcycles members can ride. Members' choice of motorcycles varies by club. Owners' clubs often align with specific bike makes or models, though riding restrictions are minimal. Motorcycle clubs and motorcycle and MCCs typically mandate particular brands or types, which can vary between chapters. Traditionally, many MCs require American-made V-twin bikes, at least 750cc, but not necessarily limited to Harley Davidson models, depending on club bylaws. And this is true for my club, the club that I spent 35 years in. You were allowed to have any V-twin 750cc's or higher. And then somewhere in the 90s, we allowed the crotch rockets in, and they had to be 650cc or better. But there are clubs out there you can only have a Harley or you can only have a Norton. What's your club? Do you guys have a preference on bikes?
No, you definitely gotta have a 750 or bigger. And it's no preference. It's a lot of Harleys in our club now, but when my club came around, the history of our club, a lot of guys back in the '70s, they were doing a lot of racing, and at the time, they were only riding Hondas and Kawasaki's.
Boy, did you see that?
No, I didn't see anything, but it was a pause.
Wow, that don't tell me I'm having those issues again. My internet's been so strong for so long. Now we're having issues. Okay, we're back up and running. Yeah, ours was the same way. We came from a racing background as well. Everybody was a racer. Everybody had 2 or 3 motorcycles, and we kind of now everybody's got a Harley. Or some kind of matter of fact, when you get in my club, or when they let you in, and I still find myself speaking in the present tense, but when you would get in there, there would be a period of time within about a year you were going to have your motorcycle changed out just because you caught so much hell and the club rode so hard that you were going to have to find yourself on a big time Harley just to be able to keep up with the guys. That I found that was interesting that everybody finally eventually wound up getting a Harley. That's what everybody gets now, but it wasn't always that way.
No, it wasn't all that. It was not always that way. Even around here, man, you had the Harley guys that were just on Harleys, but a lot of the clubs were on rockets. You know, a lot of the clubs were on crotch rockets, man, and then they transferred over to the Harleys outside of the clubs that were strictly, Harley clubs.
Slide 12. There are regulations for becoming a member. Each motorcycle club sets its membership requirements. MCs typically restrict membership to males without affiliations to disliked clubs. All clubs generally mandate a valid motorcycle license, proof of ownership, minimum age requirements. Some require that you prove that you have a job. Often 21 for motorcycle clubs is the age requirement. There's a process for joining. We call it prospecting and probating. Yeah, that seems pretty on. I don't have a problem with that statement. Do you?
No.
There's a code of conduct. Many motorcycle clubs, whether outlaw or not, have detailed modus operandi. These rules include guidelines on behavior, values, interactions with rival clubs, and protocols for resolving disputes. The social structure of bike clubs is predominantly democratic, with officers elected democratically from local to international levels, serving as long as they meet members' expectations. Surprisingly, many clubs strictly follow Robert's Rules of Order. I don't know why that's so surprising. During official meetings, enforcing up to $100 fines for violations. I've seen fines way higher than that. Yeah, I can go with that. There's a code of conduct. I don't know that everybody always follows it.
There's supposed to be a code of conduct. Does everybody follow it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it's a code.
There is definitely a code.
It's a code. I mean, and here's the thing with the code of conduct, man. A lot of people, they're not following it, and it's not. Again, this is one of the things that I say I like the old way of things, because with that certain code of conduct, everything it was a protocol for a lot of stuff. Even something as simple as a fight, it was a protocol to it, man. And now everything is just out of the window.
Absolutely. Hierarchy is a thing, they say. Hierarchy is a thing. Motorcycle clubs operate with structured hierarchies with elected roles like secretaries responsible for meeting minutes and administrative tasks. The internal organization in MCs, MCCs, and RCs often includes the president, vice president, sergeant at arms, road captain, secretary, treasurer, enforcer, tail gunner, member, and prospect. At the time, some RCs may have fewer structured positions like leader, sweeper, and member. I don't see business manager on there or PRO. I wonder why.
not PRO. That was from me. That was something that was like less than or around about 10 years old. Um, when I joined, we didn't have one of those. I think that was something that came just after social media, man. And the only reason I speak on the social media fact is because they needed someone for people to constantly contact,
Mm-hmm.
for different events, for different functions. And, you had one person that needed to have a title or was a great people person that can facilitate things in that nature. So that's where I feel it came from. Not, I could be wrong. And if I am, don't kill me.
No, I think and another thing I would say is PROs are definitely a function of the black biker set. I haven't really seen them that much on the white biker set. I've never seen a white club with a PRO. I think that's very much on the black biker set. Kind of like social clubs. I've not really ever seen a white club with a social club, a female social club walking around in colors. But yeah.
You said you've never seen a female social club walking around in colors?
On the white biker set.
Okay, on the white. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty much a black biker set thing. And I wrote a book about it, The Social Club's Bible. You guys need to get it. Let's see. Members have a sense of purpose. Some members
some of these mugs walking around here with no purpose, a clue in the freaking world, man.
I can't go with that. They don't all have a purpose.
All right.
And slide 16. Motorcycle clubs give back to the society with charity work. Yeah, I'll have to go with that. Yeah, we give back. I
gotta go with that too, man. I just wish that we'd get more acknowledgement for that. We get a lot of bad press, but let's talk about the good press that we do, especially clubs that got clubhouses, the work that they try to do in the neighborhoods, for different events, fundraisers, and any of that stuff all above.
In my book, The PRO's Bible, I speak about that, how to get your proper recognition when you're doing stuff for the community. That there's an art to that, and that's knowing how to run press releases and stuff like that. If you know how to do that, then you will absolutely get coverage for things like that. But most people do not have any clue on how to manage the press and their responsibilities to keep their motorcycle club looking good. Anyway, I wanted to get briefly to our, and then we'll get out of here real quick, but I wanted to get briefly over to this mainstream story in the mainstream news. Navy SEALs who refused the COVID vaccination score a major win against the Biden administration. Here's an interesting thing. I remember, being in the Navy and being on submarines and stuff like that, and working with special forces. And I can remember. I can remember when this went down during the middle of COVID, and the government was demanding everybody get vaccinations, and many people did not. Thousands of Navy SEALs and service members negatively impacted by President Joe Biden's COVID-19 vaccine mandate scored a major win in court after a years-long battle. The mandate enacted on August 2021. This mandate led to the forced firing of over 8,000 service members who refused to take the jab, either on religious or medical grounds. They refused to take the jab and they were fired. Navy SEALs and other special operators suffered professional setbacks for refusing the vaccine, despite having their religious accommodation requests denied multiple times. They were fired, denied trainings to advance in rank, and in some cases, even forced by the military to repay their initial signing bonuses between $4,000 and $7,000. SEALs and other special operations warfare troops were also told they would have to pay back the cost of their training by the federal government, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and hand over their hard-earned Trident pins. They had to give their Tridents back, which seems crazy to me. But according to this settlement, first obtained by DailyMail.com, service members who quit the Navy after being mistreated will have their records corrected. In addition, the Navy also agreed to post a statement affirming the Navy's respect for religious service members. The military will provide more training for actual commanders who review religious accommodation requests as well as change their policy. Lastly, the government will pay $1.5 million in combined attorney fees that accumulated over nearly 4 years of litigation. This has been a long, difficult road, but Navy SEALs never gave up. Danielle Runyon, a senior counsel at First Liberty Institute, told the Daily Mail, "We are thrilled that those members of the Navy who were guided by their conscience and steadfast in their faith will not be penalized in their Navy careers." First Liberty and hacker Stephen LLP secured the settlement on behalf of the troops. Let me tell you something. I'm just like, wow. It's a different military than the one I went through. When I was in the military, you took the damn shot, whatever the government gave you, experimental, whatever the kids. You didn't get to tell the government, I'm not taking that shot. I'm not taking the jab. Man, we were shot up with so much stuff, man. There's a difference. Like it's a kinder, gentler Navy. It's a
yeah, man. Hey, man, that's why some of y'all are fucked up now, man.
You didn't tell the government, no, I'm not taking that shot. You better get the hell out of here.
I'm just saying, man.
You young guys, man, we did what we did. It's not mine to question why. It's nearly mine to do or die. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. You know?
Hey. Hey, you know, man, listen, man, don't inject me with all this weird shit, man. I don't want to be no guinea pig, man. Did you take the COVID shot?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, that's good for you.
Absolutely. I took all of them.
That's good for you, man. Listen, to everybody that took the COVID shot, that's good for you. Me personally, hell, I've been living life for a very long time. And for them to come up with a vaccine all within under a year of this, COVID stuff, man, it just seems a little fishy to me. I don't know what you injected into my body. So I ain't with none of that foreign stuff, man.
Okay, so you work out every day, right?
I work out every day.
You're in pretty decent health, right?
I try to be. I eat right. I work out.
So, I'm not so mad at young guys in great shape. Hey, if you got diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, you were gonna you'd be a fool to be like, no, man, I don't trust. I took that shot, man, because it was dropping folks out of here. I lost 20 people for real, and knew another 40 or 50 that died. My best friend died from that stuff. But my point is, in the military, the government tells you to go take a shot. You are government property. The government can order you to go take that hill, and they know you're going to die. You don't get to look back and say, man, I don't think that's a good idea. That hill, man, it looks, hey, get your ass out on that hill now. Go.
And that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't go to the military. I did try to go to the military though.
Yeah. And what
I
happened?
did. Man, I I tried to go to the military so I can dodge other legal problems, man. I said, shit, man, let me see if I can go to the military. Hey, it didn't work out, man. I was hey,
That's because
I was
they
trying,
actually
man.
changed that during my time. They stopped. They used to be like my dad. My dad had two choices: you go to the military, or you go to prison, and he went to the military. And
I was trying to go, man. Trust me, I was, man.
they stopped that practice because they they would get your gangster ass over into the military and nobody know what to do with you. So they stopped that practice like probably in the 80s when I about the time I was coming in. They were like, nah, no, we don't do that no more.
Man, listen, when I tell you, man, let me tell you, that was me. I was trying. I'm like, man, shit, man, I'm about to go ahead and try to join the military. What you want to do that for? Cause, man, it's gonna probably want to try to do that than what they trying to do to me.
Listen, I've had a great time talking with you over this past hour. We're going to get the hell out of here, man. I certainly appreciate you. And we'll see you Monday, right? Today's Friday. We'll see you Monday, same bad time, same bad channel, my man.
Listen, man, I gotta say this too, Dragon man, for Black Dragon viewers, Black Dragon supporters, man. I'm asking one or two or five of you guys out there who does music audio, intro music, um tunes, rap, artists, whatever you do in that genre, in that field, if you can reach out to me, because I need some music intros and outros for my show as well, the Lavish T Williams podcast, Lavish Biker podcast or whatnot. If y'all can reach out to me.
That's really cool, man. One of my folks will make you some music. I know it. I just know it. Like they made me some. And we'll play it when we get it on here. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Much love, honor, and respect. Vernon Powell says, Black Dragon, just like the MC World, things change. So I guess things have changed in the Navy where you can cuss your commanding officer out. And I guess that's back. That's here now. Verisid said that servicemen are guinea pigs. Well, we used to be, but maybe that's changed. But no, I didn't do any 420 with Mikey, and he let me know when he got home. Oh man, finally I get to have some real 420. He was smoking on some little old thing that he had with him the whole time he was here, and I was like, Mike, is that thing legal? He's like, I must be such a simp out here, man. I was like, Mike, oh my God, are we riding with that thing? So anyway, we had a great time, man. And listen, Mike Ball coming down here to see me for 2 days. He spent 2 nights here. It went so fast. I just felt so good having that young man here. We just had such a great time. I think I might go over to, his parents bought this palatial palace. And there is it's got its own RV pad. He's got a like a 13-acre lake or something on the property. So I may go there and write my next book over at Mike's house and spend a month or two just sitting there writing my book. He said, "Come on over, Black Dragon, and write your book." And I normally like to go to the beach or something, but sitting on a private lake in the middle of Alabama somewhere might be kind of fun, man. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I appreciate Mike. I appreciate you, Lavish. I appreciate you, young guys, man. You make me feel great. I see my woman, Miss Tia's on here. I see you, sweetie, and all my friends and everything, and all the folks that check us out each day, man. Thank you so much. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you, everybody.
Right. Well, you guys, everybody out there on YouTube land and Facebook land and wherever else you're watching the stream, man, y'all have yourselves a great, safe weekend. I'll be in Cleveland.
You be safe, man.
Yes, sir.
When is the Lavish T. Williams weekend, by the way?
That is August 30th to September 1st here in Detroit, Michigan.
You got to get me some information so I can get a hotel room and stuff. I'm coming to the Lavish Tea weekend, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man. Look, you can't go around other places, but you can definitely come around mine.
That's good enough. We go where T always says go where you're tolerated. T always says go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. So there you go.
Yeah, man. So come on up to Detroit, man. Go ahead, load up whatever you're gonna bring up here, man. Get them books out here, man, and have yourself a great time, man.
All right, man. Take care. Take care, young man. All right, we're out. Hey, I'm Black Dragon. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for making us another great Friday. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. I'd like to say to you all, thanks for tuning in and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Hey there, I'm Black Dragon, and if you've been following me, you know that recently I've been attacked by several content creators and others who have spread salacious lies about me with quote-unquote paperwork and research and all kinds of other garbage that they have said was true. Many of these claims they've made against me are easily refuted, and I'm actually pretty pissed off about it. I got 3 things to say: defamation of character, slander, and libel. And I'm absolutely going after those folks. Receipts are not a story somebody sends you with letterhead. That's not receipts. And if you reported things about me that are not true, I am suing your ass. So I'm asking you guys to help me out. These are my new t-shirts, my Out Bad No Trial line. Out Bad No Trial. You can get these at blackdragonsgear.com, these black ones here, and if you want other colors or something like that, you can go to my Teesprings account, and I will have the link in the description of this video. Hey, if you've been following me, and hundreds of thousands of you have been following me throughout these years, help me get some justice here. Buying this shirt contributes to my legal fund, where I'm going to go after some of these folks that have told these incredibly salacious lies on me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your prayers. Thank you for all of you who have continued to watch me. My numbers have continued to rise. People have seen through the smoke screen and the bullshit. And this happens to people. I tell people about it all the time. when you get put out bad at your club without a trial. You get put out bad by some BS. I've always said you got to fight it. You got to fight for your name. And so now God has seen it important to allow me to go through this transition myself. And I believe he's done that so that I can show you guys you can still stand strong and you can still be productive. You can still be part of the MC set. Those people that mess with you, they mess with you no matter what, because they know what your character is. So God has put this on me, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to thrive. BlackDragonsGear.com and the link to Teesprings if you want some different colors or whatever will be in the description box below. Thank you all for all you've done.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Roll? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes. So, when most percenters get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the second you volatile, it can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So, as a 99%er motorcycle club, what you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG. Bonafide, certified, a true MC. The Biker Boys. The Biker Boys. It's in the house, so most definitely blow the whistle for Black Dragon Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon. Black Savage. MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon's Biker TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon, I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. The V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. like and share. Goodbye.